When you start reviewing movies and you're on a budget, what do?
Pirate Bay! Netflix.
So we just watched the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon sequel called Sword of Destiny, which is, I don't even want to talk about the story.
There's just no point, really.
I don't want to rip this movie apart. It wasn't awful. It was just not good.
So let's just talk about the story. Very predictable. There was nothing about the story that had me surprised. I was expecting everything, scenes and scenes before it even happened. It's a very predictable story to me.
It was following a lot of beats that were pretty obvious. There were a lot of flashback scenes, and 90% of them were completely useless. They were bringing up something that was revisited later. It could have been more interesting in some ways, but it wouldn't have changed the predictability of the movie, which is really
Having Michelle Yeoh back in, playing, her old role, revising her role, that was nice to see. But even her character didn't have any real reason in the movie. I mean, there were some reasons, but I mean, the backstory, her backstory, his backstory, this thing, along with the story of the movie, just everything was kind of just happening on its own, and nothing really came together, in my opinion. There was no real reason.
There was
for
like
anything.
5 different subplots that went nowhere. The new young chick and the new young dude, which also they had like the one scene she wants to kill him, the next scene she wants to smile at him with no. Like, you get that they're building that up, but they built it up really badly.
And to make matters worse about this whole movie is that it was shot in English.
Which was so distracting.
It was horrible.
There was something in Chinese culture that just doesn't translate. And it's fine to translate the words that are being said, but when it kind of looks and feels Chinese and the directing is Chinese and the script is obviously originally Chinese.
Yeah.
It felt like it was dubbed in a way, even though the lips matched the words.
It was dubbed.
It just didn't feel right. It felt like these characters were saying sentences that didn't work grammatically because they came from a Chinese culture that
didn't feel right. When we first pressed play on it, we thought that it was wrong being in English. So we changed it to Chinese, and then the mouth didn't match up, and then that's even distracting. So then we changed it back to English, and we're going, we still hate it. I mean, it went from a 10, possible 10, down to a 6, just off that point, and then the movie's just trying to hang on to that 6, and it just...
And I really tried to let it go. I really tried while watching the movie to be like, okay, they're speaking English. It's fine. Let it go. And it took me more than half of the movie to not be distracted by it anymore.
Honestly, let's just break into the fighting and let's just... It sucked.
It didn't suck.
It sucked.
It wasn't great, or it wasn't amazing, or really cool.
It sucked.
But it
sucked. It was just slow motion this, and then CGI that, and then a cool guy doing this. The end. I mean, if you're just bored and you just want to see a couple of really oddly insane Chinese fight scenes where people are flying, sure, you're going to get that. Are you going to be super impressed by it? No, go watch the first one.
Even right now on Netflix, you have better martial arts movies that you can watch that are way better and much more worth it than this, which is a shame.
So anyway, where the point is, if you like us, click our subscribe plushie.
And you got the point.
I was good with just having the first one, but seeing that they were making this one, I was like, cool, all right, let's do it. Oh man!
I think that's one of the bigger differences. I saw they were doing it, and I was like more, okay, I guess.
So you went in with this, I went in with this, and we both got this.
Yeah. If the curious bone in you that wants to know like what they might have done with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
and what we actually mean by all this,
then no, I would still I recommend that you forget that it exists, that it's in the world, and you'll be like, all right, did someone make it? Oh no.
You really are not missing anything.
Someone made a sequel to The Secret of NIMH. Did you know that? You didn't want to know that because it's awful and
they did?
And it's terrible and you don't want to hear about it.
I didn't hear it. I'm blocking that.
There you go.
Delete. Backspace,
you
delete
see,
that.
You don't need to watch every sequel that comes to something that you love just because it happened. It's not worth it.
Yeah. So that's.
I was waiting for you to say you got the point because that was right there. That was it.
That was it. You got the point. And you got the point.